It's Red Eye Radio. Gary McNamara and Eric Harley talk about everything from politics to social issues and news of the day. Whether you're up late or you're just starting your day, welcome to the show. From the Uniden America Studios, this is Red Eye Radio.
All across America, we are Red Eye Radio. He is Eric Harley, and I'm Gary McNamara. Wow. This is a week that Democrats found God. Yeah. What, they found God?
Yeah.
The Second Amendment.
Right. In a weird way, the 10th Amendment.
The 10th Amendment.
Yeah. The federal government can't be in Minnesota. They have no jurisdiction in Minnesota. All right.
I mean,
it's like they're trying. You know what? It's almost like this weird Jedi mind trick they're trying to pull with the Constitution. No, it means, the First Amendment, right? They tried it with Don Lemon in a couple of ways, practicing free speech and also going to church.
Yes, exactly.
So
whatever it takes to get a heathen into church.
That's right.
Is a good thing.
That's right. Hey, you got him in there. Yeah. I was embarrassed to say on that weekend he went to church more than I did.
Well, this is the acting head of ICE, Todd Lyons, before the House, Representative LaMonica, Democrat, asking this question. You ready? Here we go.
All right.
Here. You know they have nothing when they found God.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
Let me ask you some questions that you may be able to answer. Mr. Lyons, do you consider yourself a religious man?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, yes. Okay, well, how do you think Judgment Day will work for you with so much blood on your hands?
I'm not going to entertain that question.
Oh,
ma'am.
okay, of course not. Do you think you're going to hell, Mr. Lyons?
I'm not going to entertain.
Of course not. How many government...
The gentlelady will suspend. The gentlelady will suspend.
I mean, just get straight to it. Just straight to it. Straight to it. It's
Well, then it makes it safe for us to say it now. All Democrats are going to hell.
Yeah.
But
right.
I don't believe in God. Well, she does. All right. What Democrats believe in God and which don't?
Yeah.
Is it just for the sake of politics, or do you really believe in God?
Do you think you're going to hell? Well, according to AC/DC, I'm kind of on the highway to hell. I'm not sure what you're asking, but I'm also on the stairway to heaven. So it could be either way. Led Zeppelin is my choice. It's such a it's a stupid question, because I would have said, well, I don't know. Are you going to hell for being stupid and asking stupid questions? I'm not sure if that's a sin. I don't think it is. But, man, if it were, you'd be going straight to hell. Because it's pretty stupid.
Yeah, it's...
I would... this is the thing. I would be making these people cry. If I'm sitting up there and these Democrats are trying to pull this stuff on me, I'm going to town.
But you saw Goldman.
It's going to be a
Goldman
show.
Tried to do the same thing.
Yeah.
You see Goldman asking the question. How did he phrase it? He was saying, did anybody tell you that you need to go after brown people and not white?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
He goes,
yeah.
Well, no. And then the next question was, well, could you answer me this question? What other society has wanted IDs from civilians? And the whole point was, Nazis, there was he didn't want a context to it.
Right. He's trying to narrow it down. But it's a loaded question.
But Lyons blew it because he answered he said, well, there, some of the bad countries, whatever, Germany, whatever. C. He goes, but wait a minute, hold on. To put it, no, I've asked my question. Yeah. And it was obvious to see he didn't put it into, again, the proper context is if an American has been asked for ID, the vast majority of times, as we have seen it, it has been people, American citizens, that have been hiding or doing something illegal.
Yeah, and I would say this, too. requiring a form of identification is universal across the globe.
Yes, of course it is.
That would have been my answer.
But it was really poor for Democrats yesterday. You're just like, come on. It's like when they start bringing up Nazis and they start believing in God,
right, yes.
They are intellectually bankrupt.
Right. And of course, I have to remind you that especially, I mean, it's been going on for a long time, but especially post-October 7th, this is the side that has been very clear about their anti-Semitism, and they call the other side Nazis.
Right. Now, we also know, remember when they booed God,
yes.
But she brought up God, but remember, yesterday, it was a Kentucky governor. Oh, he was eviscerated by conservatives yesterday on social media.
Yeah.
He brought up God, that God being a Christian, that the Bible and God believe in the mutilating children and sterilizing children.
Yeah.
He viewed as a basic tenet of Christianity.
Because God loves all children. And I would have answered, he does love children, which is why we're trying to protect them from you perverts who are trying to mutilate them permanently, which causes permanent, irreversible damage. I agree with you. God does love children. And if you did, you would see the light.
Well, he was on The View, so they weren't going to ask that question.
No, the only light they have is the fire in the background. Do they still have flames in the background on The View? Or did I just imagine that? Is that just when Joy speaks? Sorry.
Well,
I'm going back to the dark Brandon days.
Being on the View is almost like being in hell, as you're trying to say.
It would be in hell.
Yes.
There would be no two ways about it.
Now, again, the concept of hell. I remember when Al Bundy went to hell, and it was like, they all they served was the little hot dogs. What do they call them? The something tots.
Right.
And they said, because you're in hell, this is all you're going to be able to eat. He goes, wow, this is great. And then the devil says to him, well, then that's, you like this? Oh, this is just great.
Yeah.
And then they give him a Bloody Mary, which I won't even tell you what was in the Bloody Mary.
Yeah, well.
But then they tell him, they say, look, if you don't start suffering, we're going to do, this is going to be hell, and we're going to take your family away from you. And he goes, is this heaven? Oh, my gosh. So,
oh, yeah. Yeah. They just,
they've got nothing left.
Yeah.
When it's Nazis, and they start promoting their own form of, I'm coming up with a new term here, satanic Christianity.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, it is. It's just bizarre because it wasn't too long ago where they were coming out and just berating people on the right who were saying, our thoughts and prayers are with
this
person,
right.
These people in the wake of a tragedy, and your thoughts and prayers don't mean a thing. And now they're all into God. It's just strange. Maybe Don Lemon has led them there.
Well, I would ask the question. I'd say, are you talking about, am I going to your hell or my hell?
Yeah.
Because if I'm going to your concept of hell, I can't wait to get there.
Right. Exactly.
Liberty, freedom, judge people as individuals.
Yeah.
Don't be a misogynist.
Right.
Don't kill the unborn.
Yeah.
Well.
Right. And that's,
that would be your hell to the Democrats.
No, exactly.
But I mean, it's so childish. But again, it just shows you they don't know. And that's on top of, Tallarico here in the state of Texas going up against Jasmine Crockett.
Yeah.
Trying to convince people that the Bible supports abortion.
Yes.
And it was like, dude, you need to shut up.
Yeah. It's a trend.
And now he's down by a number of points, as you've seen.
Yeah.
She's taken. He came in with believing he could be the moderate, and he has turned Jasmine Crockett into a moderate.
Yes.
Democrat. I mean,
Yes.
a moderate, not
Right.
really a moderate,
Right,
but you
right.
understand the point
Yes.
I'm trying to bring up.
Yeah, it's all relative in this case. He's so bad he makes her look like more of a moderate.
Yes.
And but it's the play, clearly the talking points. Hey, just bring up God. Just bring up God. Just bring up God. You know? I mean, it's reminiscent of when Mark Halperin was interviewing Ted Cruz. Well, you say you're of Cuban descent. What kind of Cuban food do you like? What kind of Cuban music you like? Huh? Can you speak Spanish? Wow.
Well, you know,
You're not really Cuban.
with St. Patrick's Day around the corner, and from what I know from my family tree and looking back at it, I'm as close to being 100% Irish as you can get.
Mm.
And I've never had, what is it, corned beef and cabbage?
Yeah.
Never had it.
Yeah. I've had it. It's pretty good.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever had a green beer.
I'm Scottish. I've never had haggis,
Well, for God's
and that's
sake.
not happening.
Don't have the Scottish hate haggis anyway?
Yeah, probably. We hate everything, though. It's going to be a long
I'm
night.
Irish, he's Scottish. You know, the thing is,
Yeah.
you are facing towards me. I wish you wouldn't wear that kilt.
Yeah. Well, there's the thing. Quit calling it a dress. It's not a dress. It's a kilt.
That was on the other day. I don't even know what movie channel it was on, and it was the wedding.
Yeah. Oh.
So-
I just
Pipe her down.
If you want my body and you think So I Married an Axe Murderer is one of the greatest movies. That part of it especially.
One of the greatest movies
Oh.
of all time.
Oh, you know,
People are going to watch it and go, come on, guys. It's
Mike-
not the greatest movie.
Mike Myers did a short-lived, and I think it was meant to be a limited series, on the Pentaveret on Netflix,
Oh, did he?
based on
Oh, wow.
that whole spiel from the movie. It was pretty funny. There's our family goes back, and there's a castle that was in our family in Scotland, and they have a reunion every year. So if you're part of the family, you can go, right? You could pay, whatever fee they charge you to pay. But then all the guys had to wear kilts, and I was like, nah.
And I don't like most of the modern Irish bands because they're all whacked out liberals.
Yeah.
Remember,
Right,
I'm
right,
the
yeah.
one that when I started in talk radio, this goes back 89, 90, where I was at a St. Patrick's Day party and had all these old Irish guys with a pint, furious at me,
With a few pints.
furious, livid at me, and said I was betraying my Irish roots because I was Irish Catholic and was not a supporter of the Democrat Party.
Right.
Which, again, I was very, very hurt. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
lying.
Yeah.
I burst out laughing. I mean, I just
Yeah.
burst out, and that made them more angry. I'm like, really? Sorry. I'm.
Yeah.
I don't judge me. Don't judge me by my nationality.
Right. Yeah.
Judge me as to whether, and we said the same thing with, whether it's all the athletes in the Olympics.
Right.
Let's don't fall into their trap of going, I'm more American than you. Just take their argument, lay out what their argument is, and destroy their argument and show how childish it is.
Yeah. Right. Oh no, you can make
And-
them. You can bring them to tears pretty
Right.
easily.
And whether it's an athlete or the rock stars or Hollywood people, they aren't deep thinkers. They're not critical thinkers.
No.
They throw out things like slogans. You can tear them apart,
Yeah. And
rhetorically speaking.
right. And it like I said, if I were up there and Democrats were going at me like that, oh man, it would be a show. It would be so embarrassing for them. So embarrassing. I'm not sorry, but decorum and protocol out the window.
How many Democrats, okay, can I have a show of hands here? How many Democrats believe that the acting director of ICE is going to hell?
Yeah.
There it
Exactly.
is. The official vote's in. You're going to hell.
Right. Yeah. Can you imagine that? Meanwhile, your party's wanting to mutilate children.
Yes. And you're as misogynist as you can possibly be.
That's right.
In the radical transgender movement. You hate women.
You want to force women out of sports. You want to dissolve Title IX.
Wow.
I mean, it's just, it would be so easy.
What a bizarre world.
And enjoyable.
We are Red Eye Radio.
Brought to you by FPPF, Fuel Power Max.
Uncompensated detention at docks frustrates drivers of all stripes. If you're an owner-operator, you have at least some control over the matter. Make the subject a standard part of your rate and/or contract negotiations on the front end. You can use your own numbers to calculate an hourly rate to compensate for lost income opportunity, as well as fixed costs, which don't stop when the truck stops. Those two elements of a fair detention rate were deemed appropriate by most of Overdrive's audience almost a decade ago. We've used income, fixed costs, and miles average of our owner-operator business services from ATBS's clients to compute an average $64 an hour detention rate then. And 10 years later, the figure is $83 an hour. Use your own numbers to calculate your rate. A simple conversation with any broker or shipper or your carrier if you're leased about what you're putting in the rate might yield results you don't expect. Owner-Operator Business 101 is provided by Overdrive's Partners in Business program. Go to overdriveonline.com to the Partners in Business section of the website for more details on this and many other topics.
Brought to you by Shell Rotella. With advanced synthetic technology is designed to help keep your rig running with more mileage and less maintenance.
Lines open for your calls. 866-90-RED-EYE on Red Eye Radio.
We are Red Eye Radio. He's Eric Harley, and I'm Gary McNamara. Just an update. When I was doing that story about the acting head of ICE, Lyons, being questioned by the representative, I said LaMonica. That's her first name, and that's what I saw her X handle.
Okay.
And so it's actually Representative McIver. Remember, she's the one. The Department of Justice said, "Yeah, we're going after her." Let me just see what they're charged. They plan to charge her with assaulting, resisting, and impeding law enforcement. Remember, from that was the New Jersey.
Yeah,
thing. She's from New Jersey. So
yeah.
So that's who she is. So I just want to make sure. I just read her Twitter handle and said LaMonica, and it's actually McIver. So
and an update on the Nancy Guthrie case out of Arizona.
Yeah.
This happened in the last half hour or so. Matt Finn at Fox News Channel is reporting that Pima County law enforcement were leaving the house at that time. Again, this is a little over 30 minutes ago, believed to be searched in relation to the person of interest taken into custody in Rio Rico, Arizona. And so you can see there's a short video there, and they appear to be loading some things. I don't know if that was their equipment, loading it into a vehicle, but a sheriff's official loading something into the trunk of a vehicle. It appears to be a case. Again, you have to assume that if they're searching a house, they're going to be taking certain devices, maybe any computers, maybe even possibly cell phones. We don't know what they had a warrant to take, but certainly they had a warrant to search that house. So I would think everything within that house would be evidence. Anything could be evidence, and a lot they're going to take with them, and they're likely going to have to go through that to find more evidence if they believe this individual, again, may be responsible here. They're identifying this person as a person of interest. Again, they're in Rio Rico, Arizona, which is about 15 minutes from the border, and we're following this story throughout the morning hours for you.
Listening to Red Eye Radio from the Uniden America Studios.
And he is Eric Harley, and I'm Gary McNamara. Download our Red Eye Radio app today. You choose and when you can listen.
That's
right.
always
a good thing.
Right. We hope you choose right now.
Right. Having a choice in an economy is heaven if you're a conservative, and hell if you're
Exactly.
a Democrat.
We want choice and opportunity for everyone.
To get back to the whole hell comment.
Yeah.
All right. Some good things that Trump is doing economic. We'll get to the good news first.
Okay.
And we had mentioned it earlier because the whole start button, if you got a new vehicle,
Right.
is going to go away because of this. That's all part of the carbon reduction, all part of EPA and the EPA's plan back years ago. Congress didn't do it. The EPA did it, and Trump's like, fine, we'll reverse it, which, what will be Trump has been great on a lot of things deregulation-wise and on things like this.
Yeah.
And, the White House is throwing out $1.3 trillion. I don't know how much it's going to be, but it is going to hopefully, maybe not immediately, but down the line, probably make some things cheaper.
And on the greenhouse gases, reversing that as a pollutant here recently. And again, I'd like to see a more permanent action done there, but that's something that's a big deal. And there were a lot of industry experts going, this is huge. Because if you look at the cost of government based on these things, it just became so, well, we're up to $50,000 for a new vehicle. And that is a ton of cash. And you're getting to the point of, the left loves coercing. Remember Ray LaHood, although he was a Republican, he was a liberal, working with Obama as transportation secretary. Well, we want to basically coerce you out of these vehicles. We know you don't want to be in these vehicles. They want all public transportation. They want to control movement. They want to control the capital. They want to control the means of production. That's where they're going. That's the whole idea. So they love killing industry. But the fact of the matter is it's way too expensive, and people need cars. They've got to have cars in order to get back and forth to work, and it's stupid, the cost of government based on these items alone.
So, it was interesting, just very quickly, because so much we want to cover here in the next few minutes. But I did see, I was on YouTube, and it was this couple from Great Britain, and they travel all over the world, but they came to Texas.
Yeah.
And got a big SUV, and they're from Great Britain.
Right.
And they drove all over the state of Texas and just went, wow, just wow, and talked about the car culture and how they're really getting to like the fact that in Texas you need a car to get everywhere, and you can get a car and you can drive it, and gasoline is cheaper, and it's just like, oh, you're discovering
freedom.
Exactly. Is why we have, that's the generation that we grew up now. They're the generation behind us.
Right.
But they were just so excited to be driving cars everywhere. Everybody's so friendly. Cars get you everywhere. Everybody has a car. This is great. I was like, wow.
Yeah. And by the way, Gary, some breaking news here from Brian Enton on social media, on X, is reporting, Brian Enton, this post from a few minutes ago. Man detained for questioning in Nancy Guthrie investigation has been released. So that's just a few minutes ago, again, from Brian Enton over at News Nation, senior national correspondent over at News Nation. Again, man detained for questioning in Nancy Guthrie investigation has been released. We know that the report from Fox News, that's almost an hour ago, police were leaving that scene. The question would be, was he released because there's not enough to hold him? Or are they releasing him because they've cleared him? We don't know. But
I think we'll know that by the morning.
We'll know that. We may know that very soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're going to
Yeah.
tell you, because otherwise you're not going to find out till Dateline does this 5 years from now.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah.
Another thing that's really good, article in National Review. Can this American company help claw back critical minerals industry from China? About this company, Graphite One, a U.S.-based company that's managed to keep its entire supply chain within American shores. The graphite will be mined in Alaska, processed in Ohio. By insisting on domestic self-reliance, Graphite One is helping to address a key national security vulnerability. And they talk about the fact that Graphite One gained approval from the Trump administration to expedite its permitting as part of the Fast 41 program launched to help bolster critical mineral production. They estimate that Fast 41 approval will enable Graphite One to complete its permitting 18 months ahead of schedule. That's just one thing that's a really, really good thing. That's something where the government should be involved in it. I disagree with Trump getting equity in all these different companies to begin with, but the companies that do need assistance when it comes to absolute national security should be given. And they're not talking about taxpayer dollars going here. They're talking about less regulation so they can get moving and do the stuff that they need to do.
Gary, another bit of this breaking news that's happening now. Again, ABC 15 out of Arizona has actually talked to the man who was being detained in Arizona relating to the Nancy Guthrie case. And this from ABC 15 again in Arizona. Here's a quote from the man named Carlos. Quote, "They didn't even tell me what's going on until the detectives got here. They told me I was being detained for kidnapping, and I asked them kidnapping of who." But there is what they call an exclusive interview that ABC 15 has with the man who says he was detained in the Nancy Guthrie case, who has now reportedly clearly been released if he's talking to the media. And so now the question is, all right, if he's been released, has he been cleared? But he's the man who's, again, identified from the woman who owned that house. He's identified as her son-in-law. And she was very open. She said to the FBI investigators, hey, you can search my house, even though they had a warrant. She said, you can search my house. There's nothing going on here. And now he's speaking, this individual known as Carlos, who had been detained and has now been released, speaking to ABC 15. And again, here's the quote. "They didn't even tell me what's going on until the detectives got here. They told me I was being detained for kidnapping, and I asked them kidnapping of who?" This is from, again, ABC 15 in Arizona.
And the question now is, because authorities said he became a person of interest based on the investigation.
Right.
Well, what led you, if he is completely got nothing to do with it, was it the van that sent you in the direction? Or was it?
Right. We may have audio available here. I don't know if I can clear this because I don't know the settings here on the website from abc15.com if it's going to play a commercial or something else before this audio starts. But we may have some audio here. Just trying to vet this. I also haven't vetted it for any possible language that might not be appropriate. So maybe we look at this and we can listen to it before we air it. But the main quote there, I think, from this individual is what's important. He seems to be, like what he's telling this reporter from ABC 15 in Arizona, that they basically didn't know what was going on or why they stopped him. Again, being released, does that mean he's been cleared? Or does that mean they just simply don't have the enough evidence to detain him? They were seen, the police, roughly an hour ago now. They were seen by Fox News leaving the scene of that house. They were searching. This is the house that this man lives in, and apparently lives there with his wife and his mother-in-law in this house. She had been speaking to the media in recent hours and telling the media that she told the FBI, hey, it's okay, go ahead and go in. There's nobody in there. We don't have anything to hide. And even though the FBI did have a warrant, she told them, she fully cooperated with them and said, we don't have anything to hide. She says she didn't know anything about really the case. She had seen something on Facebook but wasn't familiar with the case and didn't really follow it closely, is what she implied.
Yeah, Ford Hatchet has, he only wanted to be identified as Carlos.
Right, yeah.
He said he was held at the scene of the initial traffic stop for hours.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
You know, the funny thing is I'm looking at him talking, and he's got looks like a pretty heavy jacket on, and I'm looking to see if his profile is like anything that
looks like the video
was in the camera.
Yeah.
And I can't tell. It's
hard to tell.
It's too dark out. I just see the picture of what they have. I do have this little clip. Okay, that is right here. You ready?
Okay. All right.
This is from the reporter. Here we go with Carlos.
And so how did this all start? How did they stop you here? You were driving here?
Yeah,
or?
my wife was driving.
Your wife was driving?
Because they were following me. And once I saw they were following me, I pulled over. They didn't even have to put a traffic stop or anything. I got off the car, and they arrested me as soon as I got out the car. They didn't even tell me what was going on until the detectives got here, like 2 hours before I got arrested. And then the detectives got here. It was the FBI agent in Santa Cruz County. And they told me I was being detained for kidnapping. And I asked them, like, well, kidnapping of who? And they told me this lady, I don't know her name. And
Nancy Guthrie?
Yeah, that's her. And I told them I work in Tucson for GLS. I might have delivered a package to your house, but I never kidnapped anybody. They hold me from like 4 to right now.
So was he trying to explain that he was on that route, that he might have delivered to her? And that's what would have made him a suspect if he had the same white van that they apparently had seen?
Could be.
Okay.
And keep in mind,
that would make sense.
In today's world, you know, I have Amazon deliveries at 4 a.m. at my house.
Yeah.
You know, so it wouldn't be out of the norm for a delivery person to be working either very late, sometimes if they're delayed, or very early in the morning. But basically, while people are asleep, I actually was coming home one morning from work. I don't live far from here, and all of a sudden this car, parks in front of my house, and I'm like, oh, man, it's going down. Something's going to, and then they get out, and they have the safety vest on, of course.
Same.
And they said, Amazon delivery, no, okay.
And I'm thinking to myself, I don't want that job that early in the morning, delivering to people's doorsteps.
Yeah, you would have to be very careful, very careful. So it could be that they looked at him because he had traveled maybe to that address on one or two occasions, and they narrowed it down. So, and maybe that also relates to what the FBI director, Kash Patel, was saying. We have multiple people that we're looking at, and my question there was, do you mean that you believe multiple people were working together, or you've narrowed it down to multiple people? So we'll find out soon enough. But that's the latest on the investigation into missing person Nancy Guthrie, the mother of Savannah Guthrie, at the Today Show.
We are Red Eye Radio.
We'll be right back with more Red Eye Radio with Eric Harley and Gary McNamara.
We are Red Eye Radio. He's Eric Harley, and I'm Gary McNamara. We got job numbers coming out or something today, don't we? There's some numbers coming out.
Yeah,
today.
it's the ADP numbers that will be coming out, and so we'll see.
I thought some delayed figures were coming out.
Let's see what we've got going on here.
Well, quickly.
Yes, unemployment report for January. The ADP numbers maybe tomorrow. I'll look at that and see.
December retail sales were flat.
Mm-hmm.
Retail sales were flat in December, following a 0.6% increase in November.
Yeah.
On an annual basis, sales rose 2.4%, as the consumer price index 2.7%.
By the way, the median forecast on unemployment report for January is 55,000.
Wow.
Yeah. We'll see where it lands.
Wow.
Yeah.
But as somebody pointed out, if you want inflation to come down, have less retail sales. Therefore, there's more glut in the market.
There you
Therefore,
go. Yeah.
prices come down.
Right. Maybe that's the idea. I wouldn't use it as a strategy.
No,
Listen, if we want prices to come down, let's go back to the Great Depression, right? I mean, we could really lower prices.
I saw that on social
I'd rather
media.
not.
I believe part of that was tongue in cheek.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. So that's,
Look, the Great Depression, things were really cheap. They weren't available, but they were cheap. Yeah.
This is Red Eye Radio on Westwood One.